God basically made a statement in 70 AD and said, that era is over.
Yeah.
It's done. The temple's gone. The records are gone. So you can't know who the priests are. So if you don't have a priest, you can't have sacrifices. If you don't have sacrifices, there's no Day of Atonement. If there's no Day of Atonement, there is no actual living out the Torah, because that's what the Torah says.
Right.
So there can't be, I don't see how there can be a restored temple where the Jews are going to go back to Old Testament worship of Jehovah God, and the rest of the world is going to do that. I mean, there's just lots of reasons for that, but how would you respond to that in a simple way?
Boy, that's a tough one. I do think the simplest way to respond to that is that, and it requires taking things the New Testament clearly says literally, literally believing that when Paul tells us that the church is the fulfillment of the temple type,
Right.
Everything that was a part of the Levitical law, every little bit of the Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement sacrifices and the Passover sacrifices, it was all pointing to Jesus. The New Testament is unequivocally clear about that. Jesus is clear about it.
Yeah.
Jesus says it was all pointing to me and what I was going to do on this cross.
Yes.
It was all typing and forerunnering all of that down to the tiniest detail. And a lot of people, a lot of dispensationalists love to point to the Passover meal and how everything in the Passover, Seder meal points to Jesus and fulfillment in him and all of that, because it all did. Because Jesus is very clear that he is the fulfillment of everything the Old Covenant rules, regulations, and rites was pointing to.